Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Master Builder Show, sponsored by the First National Bank of Weatherford. I am your host, Jim Gibson. I'm president of Gibson Home Builders, Incorporated, a certified builder, a certified master builder, certified by the National Association of Home Builders, a registered builder in the state of Texas, and a member of the National Association of Home Builders Research Council. Today's topic is going to be outdoor living, and I've got a couple of guests today. Probably going to have three before the show is over. Our guest today is Lindsey Faulkenberry with G&D Pools, and I've got Jean Gibson here for Gibson Home Builders.
Yay! Yay! She's back! She's back!
How are you, Lindsey?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing well so far.
Good morning.
Hi.
We'd like to answer any questions that anybody has out there about any type of construction, remodeling, or building. And you can call us at 877-341-8950. That's 877-341-8950. And if you need to check out a builder or remodeler, you can go to my website at www.masterbuildershow.com, and you click on TRCC, and it'll take you into their website, and you can pull up a builder or remodeler and find out if he's registered in the state. And what have you got to say? I notice you...
I'm being really good.
I know you are.
It's just fun to be back. I've just been really busy and haven't been on the show in a while. But this is a topic I really enjoy. I lived in Florida for a chunk of my life, and outdoor living there is the style. So it's fun to see it coming this way.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's real popular. I think that's... People, especially since gas prices have gotten so high, they want to entertain in their backyard, or you know, it's kind of like going out to a resort when you've got your backyard
or
fixed
camping.
Or camping, yeah.
It's a camping trip,
right?
Yeah,
you get in your own backyard.
Well, you know, it's cyclic. I was thinking about it that in the 20s and 30s and up into the 40s, people had summer porches. So since there was no air conditioning, you would sleep out on the summer porch. Kitchens used to be long ago separate from the main body of the house. And then in the 50s, I think that's when grilling took over. When the campfire came home and people started cooking in the summer heat outside, gathering outside. So we're just evolving now into a much more elaborate cycle. I think this is fairly new, isn't it?
In this area, it's definitely taken its toll in the past couple of years. It's definitely skyrocketed.
So what do y'all do? I mean, what kind of things do you put in?
We have a line called Cal Spas, and they do outdoor hot tubs, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, billiards, saunas. I mean, pretty much everything you can imagine.
Billiards outside, too? That's rough on the table, isn't it?
I guess.
You guess.
Yeah, it's a little rough on them, but... I mean, they've got them for indoors and out. I mean, they've just have something for everybody. I mean, whether it's... They also do, like, gazebos. So if you wanted to put a billiard or a sauna in a gazebo, then they could do that.
Well, you know, back in... when they first started grilling outside, everybody was going to the charcoal grills. And charcoal's been around for, eons.
But you heated your house with it.
Well... Charcoal? No.
Well, we had the coal delivered for the house. Isn't it the same thing?
No.
Oh.
No.
Do I know? Okay. I remember the coal going down the chute.
Coal is a mine product, and charcoal is made from wood.
Oh, okay. So that was a newer product after the war?
Charcoal?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's been around for a long time. Just you don't want to burn charcoal in your house because it produces the carbon dioxide and can kill you.
There you go.
Yeah, you don't go indoors in a closed environment with charcoal.
Remind me when I'm fixing dinner tonight.
Yeah, I will. Anyway, it seems like everybody's gone to the gas, so it's more convenient. You go out there.
Gotten lazier.
Yeah, they've gotten lazy. You turn it on. Plus, you can control the heat better. You set your burners or whatever to whatever temperature you want to go, and just let it rock and roll, and you don't have to keep tending the fire.
Well, I never heard of smoking until I came to Texas. That was something new, to have a chunk of meat sitting at low temperature for hours and hours in something that was new. But what I'm most eager to research through you is that we're building our new house, but I'm outside oriented. I want to do all the outside work first. So we talked last week with Ken about enclosing swimming pools.
Right.
And to be able to enclose a swimming pool, make sure my plants stay alive. If I have everything enclosed, can I grill inside the pool room? What does that do for air exchange?
Well, as long as you've got, if you're doing gas, yes. And what we'll do is they've got the vent-hoods now that go above the grills for indoor, so you can actually ventilate, pull all the noxious fumes and smoke and stuff out. And so they've got, you can set up a kitchen today just like you've got one outside. I mean, they've got outdoor vent-hoods, they've got outdoor ranges, they've got outdoor ovens.
Oh, they sure do.
Outdoor refrigerators and stuff.
Cal Flame line, they've got kegerators, refrigerators, margarita machines. They've got pizza ovens. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can find. They've got sear zone burners.
Uh-huh. I mean, what kind of burner?
What they call a sear zone burner.
No, what is that?
It'll cook seal the outside of the meat so all the juices stay in.
Oh, it's searing?
Yes.
And that's all this piece of equipment does is sear the meat?
Yes. Yeah, it actually hooks onto the side of the the side of the grill.
Right.
And it sears the meat.
So what did it go to up about 5,000 degrees or what? I mean,
I blowtorch.
I have no idea what the temperature is on it, to be honest.
But you sear the meat on this thing. All this is going outside. They have outside dishwashers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Must be havoc on the paper plate.
They've got outside refrigerators, outside wine coolers. They've got outside everything.
Well, hi, Mac Davis. Look who's just joined us.
Yeah, he doesn't get up real early every morning.
I thought I'd squeeze in one client this morning and traffic got me.
Business comes first.
Yeah, huh? Mac Davis from MHD Construction just joined us, and he's normally here each week to help me out. We're talking about backyard cooking areas and kitchens.
But it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's we started out with a fire pit, I guess, and then put a roof over it so you could actually go out there in the rain and cook, and then it just started going from there. And they've got a lot of outdoor fireplaces now that are out, and you see the chimeneas coming in. You know what the chimeneas are, don't you?
Yes, those things that they sell over at Garden Ridge.
Right. And
I've never lit one up, though. I don't know what they do.
Well, they just makes it
heat source?
Yeah, it's a heat source.
But you don't cook on those things?
No, not on the chimenea. Why don't you tell us about some of your... Let's start out with your grills and stuff.
Well, our grills, we've got everything from a 3-burner grill up to a 5-burner grill. I mean, these things get huge. They come in natural gas or in propane.
And they're all stainless steel?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the quality on these things are amazing. We've got one at the house, and we've never cooked on anything like it before. I mean, the area that's available to burn on the grill to cook on it.
Okay, we've got to take a break. We'll be back here in a couple of minutes.
Did you know that some of the best home builders in the entire nation are right here in Parker County? Hello, everyone. This is Lynn Bearden, president of First National Bank of Weatherford. Our lenders believe your family deserves the best when it comes to your dream home. First National Bank is proud to support the Master Builder Show on QXFM. First National Bank in Weatherford has been building homes in Parker County since 1880. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
YourCircleOfWealth.com. A recent study by one of the world's largest financial institutions estimates that over 90% of baby boomers will not retire financially independent. We have prepared a financial report entitled Your Circle of Wealth. Learn how changing the way you manage your money can dramatically increase your wealth. To get a copy, you may go to www.yourcircleofwealth.com and enter the passcode Gibson, Gibson. That's yourcircleofwealth.com.
Fort Worth Lighting, serving the building professional in Parker, Wise, Palo Pinto, and surrounding counties. Services include planned takeoff, site walkthrough, and delivery. For an appointment with a Fort Worth Lighting consultant, the number is 817-597-6320, or the website is fortworthlighting.com. Again, it's 817-597-6320 for Fort Worth Lighting.
North Texas Basements, 817-770-2768. With over 30 years of experience in residential construction, add extra living area, storm protection, and extra room that will be easy to heat and cool without needing a large piece of ground to build on. Think about having a basement in your next home. North Texas Basements, 817-770-BSMT or 817-770-2768. Gibson Home Builders Incorporated, 2401 Zion Hill Road, Weatherford, Texas, 682-429-2116. We specialize in homes to suit each and every individual that expects special attention. We help design, finance, and close on every home we build. We use green building techniques in all of our homes. You can contact Jim at masterbuildershow.com. Gibson Home Builders Incorporated, Weatherford, 682-429-2116. Welcome back to the Master Builder Show. I am your host, Jim Gibson. Today's show is sponsored by the First National Bank of Weatherford. I've got several guests here today. I've got Lindsey Faulkenberry with G&D Pools. I've got Mac Davis with MHD Construction. I've got Jean Gibson, my wife, with Gibson Home Builders Incorporated.
Good thing you put me on that list.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about outdoor living, and we've been talking about the grilling, I guess, the ranges and stuff that they have for the outside. And you need to consider installing an outdoor kitchen if you grill often. I mean, it just makes it a whole lot easier when you're set up right.
And all the mess is outside, which I really like.
Oh, me too.
And well, in the summertime when you're trying to cool your house too,
right.
it helps your electric bill if you can cook outside. That way you're not heating up your kitchen, heating up your house, and having to cool it back down. So,
but apparently you can do everything outside.
You can do everything.
Sure can.
Well,
do they have TV sets outside too now?
They sure do.
Yeah,
one of the things, excuse me, babe. One of the things I was researching this past week were Florida houses. Mm-hmm. And Mac's sitting over there chuckling. They have sliding glass walls. The whole back of the houses are huge sliding glass panels that pull back out of the way so that the swimming pool, the outside kitchen, the living room, and all the inside are associated. It's all connected. And the pool's screened in. I don't know if that's practical here.
Not with hail.
It doesn't hail that often.
Yeah, but all it takes is one.
Well, it doesn't get practical after May either.
No, you need
so much for your cooling.
Yeah, and you know we used a lot of solar heaters. Doug and Tammy's house over there. We set solar panels on the roof, and in the summertime, what they do, they use that to cool the pool. They turn it on and let it recirculate at night, and it cools the pool down. So when your temperature of your water starts getting up to about 90 degrees, you can sit there and cool it back down and get it comfortable again. But anyway,
so what is practical then? If you're going to spend, I assume this outside 5-burner stainless steel stove, ovens, what else? Dishwashers. I was real tickled with that.
Right.
Everything's outside. Now this is not an expensive project at all.
Well, it depends.
It depends on how elaborate you want to go. I mean, our grills start about $1,400 and go up. I mean, we've built them all the way up to about $25,000.
Wow.
So far
What's a $25,000 grill look like?
Well, actually, the last one we made was a custom designed outdoor kitchen that we made along with a pool. Mm-hmm. It was all rocked in. They had a 5-burner grill. They had the stainless steel doors on it. They had the outdoor sink plumbed in. They had an outdoor kegerator. All that kind of stuff.
Kegerator?
Yes, ma'am.
And a kegerator is a what? Mac would know that, honey. What's a kegerator?
No, that
we
one I
don't know
hadn't
what
heard
those
of.
are here.
Yeah.
It's a refrigerator that a keg goes into that you.
That's all it's
you've
for?
got beer on tap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got the tap on the top.
Okay, put that on the restoration list.
It would help if I drank to know what it is.
Yeah, well, I don't drink either, so. But what else did they have for a $25,000 kitchen?
They had a lot of rock work done on it. I believe they also had a margarita machine. They had the rocked bar stools around the area that also had an extended bar on it. But it was
all open to the sky, or was it enclosed somehow?
They had a gazebo top over it. But
just over the kitchen or over the whole pool?
No, just over the kitchen area.
Okay.
And they also had their pool installed as well.
What is the most popular item basically the grill? Is that if you're going to start out and you're starting out small? I mean, you can go down and buy the roll around type. If you don't plan on being in your house very long, you get something that's portable. But if you're going to go stationary, do you find that most people go ahead and build a structure first to put all this equipment in, or do they go ahead and just start out with the grill?
Well, there's a couple of different options. They do have the prefabricated kitchens,
right,
where they do have the granite tops and the stucco sides. They've got sinks and refrigerators and all that kind of stuff already pre-made.
So it's just delivered and set up on your patio.
Right. You can do it that way, or you can now also design your own, where we can come out and build the frame, get the hardware for it, drop it in, and rock around it.
Well, if you're just starting out, would it be best to go ahead and buy one of these portable type built-in units and just roll them out there if you're kind of in a hurry?
If you're in a hurry, yes, that's going to be the quickest way to get it done, because when you have your contractor that comes out and does the rock and everything, it's going to take quite a bit longer than if you get a prefabricated one, either the roll around or one of the granite tops or something like that.
So you're probably talking about less money too, buying the portable roll around units.
Right. Your portable grills are going to run you about $1,100 to $2,500, depending on what size you want.
Okay.
Wow.
Mac, been doing any outside building?
I've done a few bids on them and put a few together. Because you can just the simple things of a built-in little rockwork refrigerator, sink, and a couple of doors. You're getting up to $20,000, right?
Right.
Real
Wow.
quick.
Wow.
Yeah. Just the basics.
Right. Yeah.
You're talking about a slab and a roof for that $20,000?
Yeah.
On this
one it was.
For the sake of convenience, you put all this up close to your kitchen in some proximity for access.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to anymore.
Right.
Because
You've got a total kitchen. You've got separate refrigeration, separate cooking. You don't have to go in and out. That's part of the beauty about it.
And you can stick it out. I mean, if your pool is out 100 yards from your house,
you can restock it. Just like you're stocking your kitchen up. You're ready.
Right.
Well, that's a neat idea.
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way. I just assumed that it was going to have to be close. Cause you know how it is to do a picnic. You're forever in and out and in and out.
Right.
Right.
That's a really neat idea.
We've got to take another break. We'll be back here in a couple of minutes.
Did you know that some of the best home builders in the entire nation are right here in Parker County? Hello, everyone. This is Lynn Bearden, president of First National Bank of Weatherford. Our lenders believe your family deserves the best when it comes to your dream home. First National Bank is proud to support the Master Builder Show on QXFM. First National Bank in Weatherford has been building homes in Parker County since 1880. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Are you looking for a law firm with an understanding of the construction industry? Kelly M. Davis & Associates experience includes home inspections, construction contracts, disputes with builders, and helping subcontractors or vendors that have not been paid for their services. For more information, you may visit www.kmdalegal.com or you may call 972-434-8009. That's 972-434-8009.
Kelly M. Davis and Associates. Principal offices are located in Louisville, Texas.
Alamo Appliance, 100 South Riverside Drive in Fort Worth, has been dedicated to serving your needs in kitchen appliances for over 35 years. They offer Genair, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and many others. Their experienced sales staff will help you make the right decisions at the right time. That's Alamo Appliance, 817-531-2701. Once again, that's Alamo Appliance, 817-531-2701.
Fort Worth Lighting, serving Parker, Wise, Palo Pinto, and surrounding counties with a selection of interior and exterior lighting fixtures. They also have ceiling fans, mirrors, and vanities in all sizes. A lighting consultant will help you with your decisions. For an appointment with a Fort Worth Lighting consultant, the number is 817-597-6320, or the website is fortworthlighting.com. 817-597-6320 for Fort Worth Lighting.
Gibson Home Builders Incorporated, 2401 Zion Hill Road, Weatherford, Texas, 682-429-2116. We specialize in homes to suit each and every individual that expects special attention. We help design, finance, and close on every home we build. We use green building techniques in all of our homes. You can contact Jim at masterbuildershow.com. Gibson Home Builders Incorporated, Weatherford, 682-429-2116. Welcome back to the Master Builder Show. I'm your host, Jim Gibson. Today's show is sponsored by the First National Bank of Weatherford. My guests today are Lindsey Faulkenberry with G&D Pools, Mike Davis with MHD Construction, and Gene Gibson, Gibson Home Builders Incorporated. And we're talking about outdoor living. We've been talking about the grills, and we've been talking, I guess, about the searing unit that you had here. What other appliances and stuff did you bring brochures on today that you can tell us about?
Yeah, show us pictures.
Yes, show us pictures on the radio.
Okay.
I like these people to come up and say, let me give you a demonstration here. What's this?
Well, I mean, I've got the brochures on the grills here, on the saunas, on hot tubs.
You're going to have to tell them about it so they get a visual of it.
Yeah.
In their
And what's
head.
the difference between the sauna and a hot tub?
A sauna is actually like a steam room.
Oh, okay.
It's a wooden boxed-in area with a glass door, and they're either... A lot of people have the hot rocks inside that produce steam, or they do
eucalyptus.
Have this.
Does it? Do you do eucalyptus in those rooms?
You can put
You whip
eucalyptus.
yourself with it. You do. You flog your skin with eucalyptus leaves.
And that accomplishes what, Mac?
It's supposed to open the pores better, or it gets in your pores and helps you.
I mean, I've got into them and breathed it, and it loosens
Love
up.
it.
And love it. I didn't know you're supposed to beat yourself with it. What?
I'll do it for you,
I've
honey.
read.
That's okay. I'll start out with an oak log. Oh, and the hot tubs. Now but they have to be hot. How about a jacuzzi, like all the fancy bathtubs? They have that kind of thing for outside?
They do have the above ground hot tubs, and they also have ones that you can put in the ground.
Yeah.
Where you can either rock around them or actually put them in the ground, similar to a pool.
And they are heated?
Yes.
There's a heat unit. And there are jets to force the air?
Yes.
Forced air or forced water?
It's forced water. Actually, the cow spa line does not have an air blower in it, because as the air runs through the lines, it actually cools the water and runs more electricity on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it actually saves you quite a bit on electricity.
Yeah, they've got some of the air blowers out, because I put in some of the new bubble tubs that have actually heating elements in the air supply.
I didn't know that.
So actually, you can set it at a particular temperature, and it blows the hot air like a blow dryer, and actually keeps the water at whatever temperature you set it. So you can lay in the tub virtually for hours and keep it at the same
I could go for that
temperature.
until you get pruny. Do you have lap pools?
We sure do. Well, what they call swim spas. On one half of the spa, there's about a 3-person hot tub, and then they have the swim spa part that has a current pushing against you, and you swim against the current.
Is it an adjustable current?
I'm sorry?
Is the current adjustable?
Yes.
I just seem to be getting slammed against a back wall.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Can you surf on it?
I've never tried. I don't know.
That's when you get into
I doubt
those
it.
with that the outside water sports places that have the surfing.
They even do that on cruise ships. They've got some of those.
Yeah, they've got the wave machines
The
on
wave
there.
machines.
Let's talk about some of the other. What you offer a line of refrigerators? An outdoor refrigerator?
The Cal Flames does offer a refrigerator and the kegerators.
Now they come in all sizes, right? Are they pretty well under counter?
They're
most
pretty
all?
well under the counter. They don't have the large refrigerators for outdoors, but they are made to fit in the kitchen.
Do they have freezers?
And ice makers.
Well, I know
They
they've
do
got
have the
ice
ice
makers.
makers.
Oh, they do.
The
Okay.
freezers, I haven't seen one. I've
I
never
don't
ordered one. I'm
know
not sure
why
if they
you
do or not.
need one out there unless
No,
you
you bring the stuff out earlier with
yeah.
you. Let it
Prepare.
start thawing in the heat. Yeah.
But that brings up something else. If you're not tied to the house and the kitchen anymore with your outside building, you've got some serious plumbing and electrical issues to get water, electric, gas. right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no issues. I mean,
it's just ditches.
Just ditches.
Right.
Ditches and conduit.
Pre-planning. There you go.
Yeah, I bid on a job here not too long ago that they were wanting to build a large gazebo with an outside kitchen and stuff. The problem was they put in the pool about 6 or 8 years ago, and all the plumbing, all the electrical, and everything was not mapped. And it was brought in through the area there that we were going to have to do all the trenching and all the digging because they wanted an outside toilet, and so we were going to have to bring all the sewer lines out there.
I never even thought of that, a potty.
A potty. Well, yeah, you can put one out there, but the main thing is you've got to have a place for the waste to go, and then you've got to have your supply lines to feed whatever you're putting out there, and just your liabilities on trenching all that area, and plus digging your footings and digging your beams when you don't. So if it's all possible, when you're building a pool or anything, and you don't build your other structures around it, make sure that you make some kind of a map of where all your pipes are located, and that helps your contractors, and it'll help you in the long run. Because if you get out there and decide, well, I want to put a wrought iron fence 5 foot out away from the deck all the way around the pool, and you start digging post holes, and you're going to poke a hole in something, and it's a good idea just to draw out every time you do something. Draw out where it's located,
and then try to remember where you left it.
Well, put it in a safety deposit box, or put it in a little chest somewhere, or in your file cabinet. But anything that you add to your house, if you can keep a drawing or a map of it, it helps everybody in the long run.
And Mac Davis in 100 years from now too, to see where those things. You run into that, I guess, a lot, don't you?
Constantly
on these old houses. Is there a limit of distance that a house can serve an outside kitchen, living area, pool room? Do you have any distance run limitations?
No.
Is there put a potty out there, as you said, 100 yards out?
As long as you tie back into a new sewer, a longer ditch.
It's a longer ditch. The only problem you've got.
You may have a pump station, but
if you've got to have to
downhill.
lift
So
it.
there are considerations then. It's not arbitrary. You can't arbitrarily place anything unless there's unlimited funds.
You can build anything that you want as long as you got enough money.
Anything, anywhere.
Yeah, we can put it down in a hole. Yeah, I mean, you've got toilets down in basements.
Yeah.
So you can actually put them anywhere you want as long as you plan for it. Water rolls downhill, or it will go up if you pump it. So you just have to put a lift station in there.
All right.
And a grinder pump normally grind up solids to pump it up through the pipes. But what else you got, Lindsay? You got some other items? I mean, as far as what y'all have on, do you have the displays of this?
We do have displays at the store. We've got a couple of grills on hand. Mm-hmm. We've got about 7 or 8 spas right now. The cow spas, the possibilities are endless. I mean, they've got so many different options on them. You can get stereo systems. You can get LED lighting. They even have 47-inch plasma TVs that you can have pop out of the side.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you can do everything in these hot tubs.
They're saying, they're waterproof. That's nice.
They definitely are.
Are they hail-proof?
Oh, he's just so worried about the hail. Yeah.
Nothing is.
We're finding that we're starting to recover.
It'll take almost 2 years to recover from the April hail to get everything back to like where it was.
Yeah. Well, we were defoliated, so now we have dappled sun coming through, which makes a difference. Now that we're planning, and the other thing about planning outside living, it doesn't have to be elaborate. Mm-hmm. I've got gliders that I've cleared spaces in the woods, and I've placed a glider out there. It's just a nice space to sit and read and be quiet, and with us, the cats and the rabbits and everybody comes around. Mm-hmm. So outdoor living is a lot more than cooking, so that you create an entire peaceful environment. And that's what we're working on first. Our house will come later, but right now we're working on those environments. And as in the break, we were talking about the gazebo that Jim built. It's a Gibson overbuild. He topped 4 oak trees at the 8-foot level. I bought 2.
Now, these oak trees were already dead.
Yes.
I didn't kill them.
But I bought 2 wisteria that were 12 to 18 inches high to plant to grow up over this. So it's 8 foot high to begin with, and I have 18-inch, 12-inch wisteria. And then he makes a redwood lattice top that is 12 foot by 18 foot.
It'll take it a couple of years to get it.
The rest of my life. But we're planning the next step, and now we're talking about, we're both water people. We're talking about that pool area. And distance, you said, is not an issue. And we can get any amenities we want out by the pool. They don't even have to be connected, do they?
No, they can be. You can actually meter them separately.
Yes.
If you,
it can come out cheaper that way.
Yeah, it can.
Why would it be cheaper for separate meters?
At about $4 a foot for heavy duty wire to run that far. Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you're running out from your house,
coming off a pole. Is that what you mean by metering separately?
It may be. Yeah. I mean, if you've got power lines that are running, down the property line, and your pool is fairly close, say within 40 or 50 feet or 60 feet, it would be cheaper to separately meter that thing. If your house is like 200 and 300 foot away,
yes,
then, the price of copper is
3 strands of that heavy duty is running you, total about $12 a foot.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting to know, too. Placement, drawing it all out, planning it all out. You can't, if you've got, on the edge of our property, we've got some overhead wiring. You can't have this stuff underneath, can you?
No, you can't. You can't build any structure underneath the power lines.
So we're going to have to drop all that and trench it all in.
Well, you don't drop it. We've already talked about having the power company come out, move the poles, move the wiring over.
And bury everything in. What is, my favorite things are trees. And what does the swimming pool and digging that great big hole do to the trees in the area?
Depends on how many roots you cut.
Well, how close can you get to them? Or maybe I'll call Leon Campbell and say, how close can we get?
Well, you don't want to get too close to them because you're going to have a mess in your pool to start with. I mean, unless you want to dip leaves out all the time.
Every day.
And, you're going to have to clean the pool daily anyway. But you want to cut down as much trash and stuff that's blowing in the pool as possible.
Well, does D&G Pool do the enclosures, the Florida screened-in room things?
Yes, we can.
That's G&D.
G&D.
Well, I was close.
D&G's the one in Carrollton that got in trouble.
Oh, no, I'm dyslexic. It's all right. I'll add other letters later on. But do you enclose them? What do you enclose swimming pools in Texas with?
We haven't done too many enclosed pools because of the heat. We do have a couple of customers that are interested in the glass rooms around it. And you're worried about hail.
Well, you can get pretty thick glass that's bulletproof, too, if you want to spend the money.
Right. So, it does get pretty expensive,
Yeah.
Does it superheat the area under the glass? I would put a solid roof on.
You're not talking about glass roof, you're talking about glass walls.
Yeah, glass walls all the way around. What does the chlorine or the salt do to the glass over time? Will it etch it? Will it fog it up permanently, stain it?
I don't believe the salt will. The chlorine fumes might. With the salt systems, you don't have the chlorine fumes. It produces free chlorine only. So it actually doesn't attach to your skin or anything like that. It doesn't dry you out. It doesn't discolor your hair or anything like that. It's a lot better all around.
I love it.
Everything.
What is that? What happens to all the plants in these enclosed
They die.
Areas? Do they? It does. It kills off all the plants because of the chlorine?
Well, not if you're using the salt system.
Well, how much? There is still salt in the air in an enclosed kitchen swimming pool combination, right?
Well, it's a very small amount of salt. The amount of salt in the pool is going to be about 2,800 to 3,200 parts per million, which is less than the salt in your teardrops.
So it's not going to kill off all the plants. So you could actually have an inside garden.
It would probably be less salt content than Lake Granbury. When we lived down there, we started watering our lawn off the lake, and she had a ground cover in one of our flower beds. It wiped it out immediately. And so you've got the salt content in Possum Kingdom and along the Brazos there is quite high. Mm-hmm. And so if you put a watering system in off the lake, then you've got to be pretty particular about what kind of plants you put in. They've got to be salt tolerant.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
but we're talking about completely moving out of the house and into the yard with these systems. Well, it's true. You've covered every area except a place to sleep.
No, I did see something to take care of that.
What was that?
It was an old-fashioned way.
Uh-huh.
They had an old spring bed that hung from a tree, like with 4 chains. So it just swung out there, and you just got in the old mattress and spring bed. They hung the springs from the tree. Okay.
We will opt for a hammock instead.
See, the tent, Jim, and the bed.
Right. Well, I spend most of my time outside anyway, but when I sleep, I like it to be cool. You know, I like it down about at least 70. You know,
year-round, I wear flannel pajamas under a quilt with a comforter and 2 cats.
I'm sleeping on
freezing.
Top. Mm-hmm. There's some guidelines people need to kind of when you actually sit down and before you buy everything, you need to sit down and actually get with a designer or talk to somebody knowledgeable about designing your workspace for safety and to accommodate whatever crowds or you know, if you entertain a lot, you need to think about, well, do I entertain 3 or 4 people, or do I entertain 40 or 50 people at a time? So that would depend on
how much land you have.
Well, how much area that you would need, whether it all be covered or not, and you would probably look and you know, if you wanted it protected from the rain and stuff, you know, most of the time it's not. Our weather here is pretty good, so you could have areas that weren't covered that were more like a patio area that people could go out in and spend a lot of time. But the planning stage would be the first, and I think you should give it plenty of thought since you can spend quite a bit of money on these kitchens.
Right.
Well, how much of the planning process are you involved in? When we've talked about the water, sewer, and electric issues, do you get involved in that, or do I have to hire a general contractor, a Mac or a Jim?
You better hire me.
We actually do a lot of the designing ourselves. We do have a lot of builders, they draw out plans on paper. Uh-huh. We actually have a 3D system on the computer that will draw it out. It has the features move. I mean, you'll see the waterfall, the water moving from it. You'll see the water flow in the pool itself. In the fire pits, you'll see the fire going. I mean, it's extremely elaborate, and our designers do take a lot of time on it.
All right, we've got to take another break here, and we'll be back here in a couple of minutes.
Did you know that some of the best home builders in the entire nation are right here in Parker County? Hello, everyone. This is Lynn Bearden, president of First National Bank of Weatherford. Our lenders believe your family deserves the best when it comes to your dream home. First National Bank is proud to support the Master Builder Show on QXFM. First National Bank in Weatherford has been building homes in Parker County since 1880. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Are you having a construction-related issue? Do you need a construction attorney? If so, you may call the law firm of Kelly M. Davis and Associates. Kelly's family background in the construction industry has led to her focus in construction litigation with over 9 years of experience practicing construction law in and around the metro area. For more information, you may visit www.kmdalegal.com or you may call 972-434-8009. That's 972-434-8009. Kelly M. Davis and Associates. Principal offices are located in Louisville, Texas.
Fort Worth Lighting, serving the building professional in Parker, Wise, Palo Pinto, and surrounding counties. Services include planned takeoff, site walkthrough, and delivery. For an appointment with a Fort Worth Lighting consultant, the number is 817-597-6320, or the website is fortworthlighting.com. Again, it's 817-597-6320 for Fort Worth Lighting.
North Texas Basements, 817-770-2768. With over 30 years of experience in residential construction, add extra living area, storm protection, and extra room that will be easy to heat and cool without needing a large piece of ground to build on. Think about having a basement in your next home. North Texas Basements, 817-770-BSMT or 817-770-2768. Gibson Home Builders Incorporated, 2401 Zion Hill Road, Weatherford, Texas, 682-429-2116. We specialize in homes to suit each and every individual that expects special attention. We help design, finance, and close on every home we build. We use green building techniques in all of our homes. You can contact Jim at masterbuildershow.com. Gibson Home Builders Incorporated, Weatherford, 682-429-2116. Welcome back to the Master Builder Show. I am your host, Jim Gibson. Today's show is sponsored by the First National Bank of Weatherford. I've got some guests today. They're back with me. Lindsey Faulkenberry with G&D Pools, Mike Davis with MHD Construction, and Gene Gibson with Gibson Home Builders. And we're talking about outdoor living, and we've covered quite a bit of things. Is there anything we've left out?
She just started talking about water features.
Features.
Please, tell me more.
Yeah. We go into a lot of these places now, and they're building their not their spas, but their hot tubs next to their pool, and then it may have a waterfall coming into one of them, either the pool or the hot tub. Y'all do a lot of that, don't you?
We sure do. We do a lot of the raised hot tubs, which are raised about 18 inches above the pool, and they have a waterfall going from the hot tub into the pool. We do a lot of waterfalls. I think the largest one we've done was about a 6-ton waterfall.
6 ton.
I mean, this
What
thing
is that? Translate 6 ton to me.
Depends on how you stack the rocks.
Oh, the rocks were 6 ton? That's not the volume of water.
No, that was the actual weight of the rocks. The waterfall was probably about 8 foot tall, and it probably stretched out around at least a third of the pool. So we're looking about 30 foot long.
When you put waterfall next to the pool, does it help the cooling? I mean, help to cool the pool? So
Yes,
it actually has a function?
Yes, it does. A lot of people will run their waterfall at night because as it cools over the rocks, it'll cool down the pool.
Neat. I know when we lived in Arlington, we had that big pool over there, and sometimes in the summertime, the water temperature would be so it wouldn't be refreshing when you got in because
I loved it. It was really nice and warm, but it was like a bathtub, and we have very different thermostats. I like things nice and warm.
Well, when I'm out, and it's 105, and I'm mowing the grass, and I will jump in a pool. I don't want the pool to be 90 degrees. I want it to be, somewhere around 80, 80 or so. I think. When we lived in Guam, the water temperature there year round was 84 degrees in the ocean, and it was great. And I thought that was the perfect temperature for me. What about other features? I mean, do you put water slides or?
We do the water slides. We have rocked in a couple of them here recently. I mean, we do diving rocks.
How deep does a pool have to be a diving pool?
Usually they run about 8 foot.
That's all. Okay.
I would think, yeah.
That sounds shallow.
That sounds shallow to me, but.
Ours are 8.5. We have done them up to about 12 foot deep. A lot of people aren't going as deep as they used to because of the rock and everything around here.
Ah, there's an issue. The hole. Because I was concerned about the trees and doing damages, but that's got to be massive.
What?
The excavation. Look at how much you had to go through for a septic tank.
Well,
and it was boulders and rocks.
Most everybody that does any digging around here in Weatherford has some kind of, they should have. If they don't, has a rock clause. And because I know that when we put in our septic systems out on our development out there, it took them 11 hours just to dig a hole for the septic system.
Which has got to be comparable to the size of a swimming pool hole.
No.
No way. For those big tanks in the ground?
Yeah, there's no
times 4 at least.
Yeah, times 4. So.
Oh wow.
So we hit rock at I think he hit rock at 3 feet, and we had to dig it down.
Then again, it's 6 feet.
Right. Well, no, this was one rock.
And you can't blast or do anything.
You could.
What?
You can?
Sure.
You can blast out here?
I would think so if you were licensed to do so and cleared it. I don't know. We haven't done any blasting, but
I have no idea what a swimming pool. What's an average? What are you saying over there?
Oh, I was just thinking if Carter Ivy was still open, you could just go buy some probably.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
What's the average swimming pool running these days? What size is an average pool?
Most pools we build are anywhere from about an 85-foot perimeter for a play pool up to about 125. Diving.
Do dimensions.
Dimensions.
Probably 16 by 30.
Yeah, 16 by 30 to something along that lines.
And what's an average swimming pool? What kind of a price range are we in?
You're starting about $24,000 with the price of concrete and going up to.
Oh,
however,
it's a moving target now,
right?
Yeah, I mean,
you got a base price, and then depending on your additions and what kind of plaster you want to use, whether you want to use Diamond Bright or different types of surfaces,
or a liner. Doesn't that save you a lot of money? But they put down concrete or something else underneath even liner pools.
Well, they put down it's a cement with a vermiculite, I think.
What's concrete doing these days?
Going up. Going up.
But how dramatically?
It's going up constantly because there's a cement shortage. Right. And they're not producing any more cement plants throughout the United States because of all the permits and stuff that you have to go through. And, of course, our construction is going rampant everywhere. I mean, everybody uses concrete for everything. Well, the thing is you need cement to make concrete. Mm-hmm. And there's just a shortage of that, so it's supply and demand.
Mm-hmm. And transportation.
Right.
So everything goes up. When you're thinking about designing, there's I got a few rules here that need to be followed. Or don't need to be, but it works wise to follow. Like if you're putting in a grill that's going to be built in, what you need to do is what they recommend is 36 inches of workspace on each side of the grill. So you've got 36 inches of some kind of counter space on each side of that grill, so you can spread out your meats and prepare things on one side to go on the grill and take them off and put them on the other. And it says to keep 18 to 24 inches of open space on either side of a sink. Same thing, have working space, counter space on each side of the sink. These are just guidelines and recommendations. And it says allow 36 to 42 inches between the edge of a dining table and whatever is around the pool. And I recommend 42 to 48 in case you've got some handicapped people out there that need are wheelchair accessible.
And that's another major issue. Mm-hmm. Handicap access to a swimming pool.
Okay. Looks like we're going to take another break here. I'm getting a signal, so we'll be back here in a couple of minutes.
Did you know that some of the best home builders in the entire nation are right here in Parker County? Hello, everyone. This is Lynn Bearden, president of First National Bank of Weatherford. Our lenders believe your family deserves the best when it comes to your dream home. First National Bank is proud to support the Master Builder Show on QXFM. First National Bank in Weatherford has been building homes in Parker County since 1880. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Are you having a construction-related issue? Do you need a construction attorney? If so, you may call the law firm of Kelly M. Davis and Associates. Kelly's family background in the construction industry has led to her focus in construction litigation with over 9 years of experience practicing construction law in and around the metro area. For more information, you may visit www.kmdalegal.com or you may call 972-434-8009. That's 972-434-8009. Kelly M. Davis and Associates. Principal offices are located in Lewisville, Texas. Croft Foam Insulation and Protective Coatings has over 25 years of experience in the spray foam business, serving residential, commercial, and industrial clients. Croft Foam specializes in open and closed cell polyurethane foam applications to construction, refrigerated trailers, and even castles. Croft Foam is a Fort Worth-based company. You may reach them by calling 817-482-1664 or email at foamman,
at swbell.net.
Fort Worth Lighting, serving Parker, Wise, Palo Pinto, and surrounding counties with a selection of interior and exterior lighting fixtures. They also have ceiling fans, mirrors, and vanities in all sizes. A lighting consultant will help you with your decisions. For an appointment with a Fort Worth Lighting consultant, the number is 817-597-6320, or the website is fortworthlighting.com. 817-597-6320 for Fort Worth Lighting.
Gibson Home Builders Incorporated, 2401 Zion Hill Road, Weatherford, Texas, 682-429-2116. We specialize in homes to suit each and every individual that expects special attention. We help design, finance, and close on every home we build. We use green building techniques in all of our homes. You can contact Jim at masterbuildershow.com. Gibson Home Builders Incorporated, Weatherford, 682-429-2116. Welcome back to the Master Builder Show. I am your host, Jim Gibson. Today's show is sponsored by the First National Bank of Weatherford. My guests today are Lindsey Faulkenberry with G&D Pools, Mike Davis with MHD Construction, and Gene Gibson with Gibson Home Builders Incorporated. We've been talking about outdoor living areas and the things that go in them. And we were talking before the break, we were just starting to get into, what about handicap areas and stuff like that?
As Max said, getting in the pool is easy. You push them.
Yeah.
Tacky.
Do y'all have any
lifts
or anything? That
ramps?
We do have lifts for the handicapped, and it is like a seat. And then I want to say it's got about a 300-pound weight limit on it, on most of them. And they have them for a lot of commercial pools as well. But it's a little chair, swing type lift that you set the individual in, and then you turn it, and it
you mean like a davit?
It.
You know what a davit is?
No, I don't.
That's what you put your boat in the water with.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be similar to that.
It's kind of like an arm with a chair on it.
Or a Hoyer that you see in the hospitals.
Right, that's definitely similar.
Any other special accommodations in building pools for the handicapped? The care of the pump, the care of the equipment. Are there accommodations made there?
Where they can take care of themselves? Is that what you're talking about? I would think, all you'd have to do there is just make the access area accessible to them. I mean, it's actually, when you hinder somebody that is handicapped or some kind of like old or whatever. I mean, as long as you provide a space and provide access to whatever they're going to get to, they can manage. Yeah, I would think it all comes down back to the design. And if you design it right, I wouldn't think that you'd have any problem, anyone taking care of it, as long as they knew what they were doing.
Well, there are also automated systems, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you clean up a pool with?
They actually have automatic cleaners that run in the pools now.
Well, what did we have? Creepy crawly little thing that went around the pool.
You had to put it in and out, though.
Right.
Anything automatic?
Most of the time now we put what they call a Polaris cleaner in the pool. It runs off of a booster pump. You've got your main pump and then a smaller one that runs it. But you don't have to remove it in and out of the pool. It just connects to the side and it runs off the pressure of the pump.
But it has a big long hose on it.
Right.
Are there any, you know how they have the robotic vacuum cleaners in houses? Anybody make a swimming pool?
All of them are, basically.
Contained without a hose.
They do.
It would be a bagged thing, goes around, it vacuums, and you discard the bag.
The robotic cleaners that they do have for the in-ground pools actually do have a cord that goes to them. So, I mean, it doesn't completely eliminate the cord or the hose area.
See, the hose actually provides the power for the most all your vacuums. Right. It's not electrically powered. It's powered
by water flow.
Yeah,
I just wondered if somebody had created something that was a great invention. I just came up with.
I'm thinking of that.
A contained robotic pool cleaner.
But you're still going to have to empty the bag.
Right. But you can swim around it. It's this little thing.
You can swim around the hoses.
Wait a minute, I invented something cool here. This is What about pool safety? What do you do to keep the little kids out of the pool? Keep people from being electrocuted? Mm-hmm. What about lighting underneath the pool? All that electricity. I used to.
We covered pools last week.
But this is pool safety, and we're building everything in. It's exposed to the outside world. We got this whiz-bang electric kegerator.
Well, all these are, I mean, there's certain distances you got to keep everything away from the pool.
Which are? What's is it by law or is it by common sense?
I don't know if there's a code or not, but I would think that you keep probably 10, 15, 20 feet or more. And then, you don't want anything electrical next to your pool.
And then things are on GFI breakers anyway, so.
Right.
I mean, you're covered.
Yeah, you're pretty well covered. I mean, you wouldn't want to throw a toaster in a pool, but, you want to have everything away from it. Just like in your kitchens, all your plugs that are next to your sinks and stuff, there's GFCI, which are ground fault circuit interrupters. So if anything
does fall in.
Yeah, it just kicks the breaker and is not supposed to hurt you, but there again, not supposed to and happening is two different things. And,
are swimming pools a lightning attractor?
They tell you to get out of the water.
Yeah.
Because you'd be the high point on a low surface.
Probably.
That's on the lake,
right.
yeah. Basically on the lake. And I would think it would be a wise decision,
Because if it hits anywhere, the water's conducting it.
Ah,
right.
Good point. So in your planning, you're going to consider plumbing, electrical, sewer, trees, so there's no overhang. North, south, east, west side of the house, does it make any difference? Is there a preferred side for a swimming pool?
I don't think so.
Not that I've seen. I mean, I'm sure there's certain areas of your house that is going to get the most sunlight, but I mean, it is going to be mainly personal preference.
Yeah, it depends on if you're redheaded or, light complexioned or dark complexioned or how sensitive you are to the sun. Because all of River's years, we put our pool on the north side of the house under a patio, or half of it's under, so half of it's in the shade. Yeah, half of it's in the shade all the time, and half of it's in the sun. So you can.
It's a great concept.
Yeah, you can limit.
Their house is horseshoe shaped, but the center portion of the horseshoe is the pool. So it's under the house's roof. It's off the kitchen. Half is the other half is out in the sun. It's the diving board, and there's patios and recliners and all that out there. So it's really a nice design. And the consideration there was this is a family of redheads. So that's why they did that. But what other amenities and features? Something I like, little whiz-bang stuff.
I mean,
the sky's the limit. They've got outdoor furniture. The people that are manufacturing it and changing it constantly. Every type of an appliance, pretty well now, you can get for outdoors. You've got your dishwashers. You've got your storage cabinets. It's a good thing. I was doing a little more research on it, and a lot of the things that you're using outside, you may want to have some kind of seal around it to protect it from the weather. If you've got all your glass put up on these shelves inside an area, you want to make sure that you can fasten it, because if you've got 40 and 50 mile an hour winds coming through there and blows open a door and blows out everything, you've got glass, everything. And it looks like we've got to wrap up this week's show. And I want to thank our guests for being here today. And we were talking about most everything outside living. Absolutely. Anyway, I want to, Lindsay, you want to tell them how to get in touch with you or how to find you?
Yes, we are located at 401 Palo Pinto Street, close to Brookshires. We're just 4 blocks west of the courthouse. You can reach us at 817-341-7665, and we also do have a retail store open in Mineral Wells now, across from the golf course. We just opened on Monday.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
And who's that other man over in the corner?
Mac.
Yes.
We got to wrap it up this week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye-bye.